Hi everyone, it's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. I'm here to do the Sagittarius August 2016 monthly tarot reading. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm using my two newest decks. One's the Japardize Tarot and the other is the Linestrider Tarot. And I'm going to do what I did last month and do categories. So I'm going to do work, home, career, I'm doing that wrong, relationships, and spirituality. Interesting. Some decisions, to be made in the workplace. Ouch, this month. Yes, I am a klutz. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers, and the Moon. So trying to make decisions, find our way clearly, find our passions. I forgot to do the focus cards. Ooh, Ace of Fire. Nice. Trying to find our passions. Exactly. And the Six of Pentacles. Nice. So kind of having sort of an undercurrent of being maybe a little bit confused as to how to manifest what we desire in our lives, or even having trouble figuring out exactly what we desire. Sagittarians can have a lot of energy and passion and enthusiasm, but sometimes we're not exactly sure how to channel it, where to focus it. And so the moon is pointing to not really being able to see things as clearly as we would like. But we do have as the focus here this beautiful Ace of Fire. So this is that spark. So I believe doing a little bit of soul searching during the month of July will have us coming into August with a spark, with an interest, with a passion for something that we will have some focus. And interestingly, I think it may be around. It'll involve others, helping others, some sort of take and give. That goes back to that Lover's card again, trying to work with someone else, balance someone else, competing priorities, making choices that fit, so that what we say we do and what we actually do match. Trying to really get in aligned with practicing what we preach. So, and part of that is in the work category, we really feel like this is the Two of Swords. We need to make a decision. We need to make a thoughtful decision. So I think sometimes people stay in jobs that they don't particularly care for because, especially if you've been somewhere where you really feel like you've tried really hard and you've poured a lot of yourself into the job to try to do a good job or make it work, and it's really hard to let that go and move on. We've even gone to school for it, we take training, we've reached a certain level, and then to let go of that, we feel like that's not even a choice, that's not even an option. And the Four of Pentacles says we are holding on to something in our work life that's to an unhealthy extent, and that perhaps we need to. Sometimes the only way to put up healthy boundaries is to remove yourself from the situations. So for some of us, it's really time to do that deep soul searching about maybe finding a new career, finding maybe a completely new career, or moving to finally making that decision about moving to a different job, even if it's in the same career path, where it's a more satisfying environment. But I think for some of us, we're really going to be doing a lot of deep thinking about um, changes we can make that may even involve things like a complete career change. And it's like something is going to grab us. We're going to have that spark of, that's what I want to do. That makes sense to me. That feels good. That fits. Um, that always comes with a caution that the grass is always greener. I mean, you have to deal with difficult people no matter what your job is. I'm not sure what job you could have that you don't have to deal with people on some level. Even reading tarot cards, it's not, it's what I love to do, but there's still, people that it's dealing with people can be challenging. So be careful not to just run away every time you run into a difficult person, but there are limits and boundaries and lines in the sand, that once they're crossed, or if it's just bleeding into other areas of your life, if you're not happy at work, then that might be time to either figure out how to change your mindset so that you can be happier, or it could just be that you're in a toxic situation or one that's just not feeding your soul's purpose. I mean, you could be fairly happy in your job, but just feel and you do have this feeling spiritually like just not feeling spiritually fulfilled. That's what I'm trying to say with this card over here in the Five of Pentacles in the spirituality category. So moving on to the home life, we have beautiful cards. We have the Star card, hope, healing. So things are healing, taking place in your home, your outside of work life, and that could be what it is. You start feeling better in one area, and it's like a chain of events in a positive way. You want the rest of your life to start feeling better. This is a card of stability, a card of milestones, getting married, graduating from high school, having a baby, buying your first house, getting a new house, um, any sort of bigger milestones in our life that we then springboard into sort of a new phase in our lives. It's also a time, though, of reassessment, because once you've reached one goal, it's kind of like, okay, where do we go next? It's sort of the natural part of life. Okay, yes, I did that. Okay, now what? What's next? And it doesn't necessarily mean you're not enjoying where you've come. It's sort of it's always good to be looking ahead and have a goal. It doesn't mean you're not happy with where you are. But the introspection that sort of comes with that time when we've reached some milestones, it's providing a place to contemplate and really think about where we want to go next, and how to heal other parts, and how to hope in other parts of our lives. Now, a relationship, we have a couple more really good cards. We have the Eight of Gardens. So this is all tying together. This is my card of finding what you absolutely love to do that makes you so incredibly present. This card has been coming up ad nauseum for a year. It's just like every reading I do, it's in. It's like, find what you love to do. Find your passion. Find that which when you're doing it, you're completely present. All your worries melt away and you are at peace. You're not worrying about your annoying coworker at work, or your stinking boss, or that relative that drives you nuts, or your ex, or whatever, is a constant thorn in your side, it's seemingly, and you're just present and calm, and it's almost meditative, even if you're doing something. And it's time like these. I'm sorry. Oops. I don't have a very comfortable place where I'm reading lately, and and I'm a bit old to be laying on the floor, so I have to move around a lot. Okay, this came off of its. All right, now everything's askew. Okay, we're going to just move on and get up and leave it be. So, it's funny. It's like, so sometimes I think if you're in a relationship, if things aren't going well, sometimes we can become so over focused on like our partner, other person in the relationship, that we sort of become hyper focused to the point where we're so like watching their every move. It's like, I can't believe he did that again. I can't believe like we just become micromanagers of the person we live with. And I don't know how not to do that. But here's a clue with the cards. Focus on your own stuff. Focus on finding peace within yourself and following the things you love. And it doesn't mean, and we do have the Lovers card on the bottom of this deck, it doesn't mean not choosing your partner, but it means choosing yourself as well and giving your partner their own space. So I talk a lot about the Lovers card as a choice being over and over again, and you have to honor your relationship and your priorities enough to truly be committed to them, but not to the point where you're smothering them and it's your only focus. So finding that balance in your life. And we have 3 pretty strong cards of sort of balance and choice and figuring things out. We have the 6 of Pentacles, Justice, the Lovers. And when we're doing that, which we really, so for single people, when you just go out and stop worrying about, am I ever going to find someone, sitting at home, feeling sad and alone and left out, and everyone else has this great relationship. And I'll tell you, most people don't have great relationships. Go find yourself, find what you love. Occupy your own time, do your own thing, and don't try to wish or hope or, I don't know, stress a partner into your life, because if that's sort of what you're radiating, people are going to be turned off by that. Find what you love to do. Have so much going on in your life, you would be struggle finding time to welcome someone in just because you're so busy living your life. And I tell you, that's when you're most attractive and will attract someone that has that same enthusiasm for living a full life and living your soul's purpose and what you love to do. And that's how you're going to bring balance into your relationship this month, is sort of by giving yourself, if you're in a relationship, giving yourself and your partner the breathing room to be themselves. Make sure there's a balance there, that there's alone time and together time, and that you're giving them the space and yourself the space to figure things out. And if you're single, it'll all balance out. So just because you're single now, even if you've been single for a long time, waiting and getting yourself in the best shape. It's like, okay, think of a relationship as like a sporting event. You should be working out. You should be the strongest, happiest, best person you are alone, because so that you're strong on your own. And then if you bring someone welcome someone into your life that adds to your life, that isn't just there because you think they're going to make you whole. It's like, I'm whole, and then this is just like sort of the icing on the cake. That's the going to bring in some balance. So you're think of this as, sort of your individual training time, so that you're going to be a great partner for whoever you meet in the future. In the spirituality cards, that we have this Five of Pentacles. So this is feeling left out in the cold. And there is help available, because we have this Six of Pentacles, which is all about give and take, and if you need something, someone can help you, or you can help someone else. A good way to, if you're in a funk and are feeling lonely, left out, things like that, is to go volunteer somewhere. Go to a soup kitchen, volunteer at the children's oncology ward. You want to get over yourself fast, that's the place to do it. Helping other people is a really good way to feel better about your situation and to not feel so alone. My sister-in-law is a cancer survivor, and she just had her 4-year checkup. She had advanced cancer, and she got another clean bill of health. And I tell you, I was worried in the morning, just because I work in oncology, so I can't help it, but I was worried. On some level I wasn't, but some level I was. And I left that appointment, and like nothing else mattered. Like it was just like everything else was petty and couldn't even touch me. But it's like trying to maintain that. So putting yourself in situations where you see what real struggle and heartache, and I'm not saying that what you're going through is not difficult. So allow yourself to feel that, but it doesn't hurt to put yourself in situations that put things into perspective. That's what I want to say. And then this is just about wanting a new emotional beginning, wanting to communicate emotions and feel better. And especially if you've been feeling in a spiritual funk, you want to feel better. And I think the cards have already spoken to how you're going to bring this about, by finding what you love to do, making some changes in areas that are sort of bringing you down. So a lot of enthusiasm and motivation for change this month. It should be a really amazing month. Lots of healing and sort of really restructuring our lives, like taking a look at everything and making some pretty significant changes that will kind of open up a whole new way of life for us. So it should be pretty amazing. All right, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a really, really lovely month. Take care.